Hey, what's up, everybody? So recently, Ryan Coogler sat down with the New York Times to talk about his original vision for the Black Panther 2 movie. Of course, Chadwick passed, so he had to take a new direction. But I just wanted to make a quick video about this. Let's talk about it. So if you're like me, you're just definitely curious about all things behind the scenes. And I consider this to be one of them. Like, what would Black Panther 2 have looked like if Chadwick was still with us? I want to read this real quick from Screen Rant. Black Panther 2's original plot with Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa revealed. Skipping ahead. Although Coogler previously provided a taste of what the original story for Black Panther Wakanda Forever was, the director now goes into detail regarding what they had planned. In a recent interview with the New York Times, Coogler breaks down how T'Challa's journey as a father would play out and the much larger role they had planned for Toussaint, his son. Check out Coogler's full comments below. So he was asked in the initial draft of the script before Chadwick's death, how were you looking at the story? What were the challenges? So Coogler said it was, what are we going to do about the blip? That was the challenge. It was absolutely nothing like what we made. It was going to be a father-son story from the perspective of a father, because the first movie had been a father-son story from the perspective of the sons. In the script, T'Challa was a dad who had this forced 5-year absence from his son's life. The first scene was an animated sequence. You hear Nakia talking to their son. She says, "Tell me what you know about your father." You realize that he doesn't know his dad was a Black Panther. He's never met him, and Nakia is remarried to a Haitian dude. Then we cut to reality, and it's the night that everybody comes back from the blip. You see T'Challa meet the kid for the first time. Then it cuts ahead 3 years, and he's essentially co-parenting. We had some crazy scenes in there for Chad, man. Our code name for the movie was Summer Break, and the movie was about a summer that the kid spends with his dad. For his 8th birthday, they do a ritual where they go out into the bush and have to live off the land. But something happens, and T'Challa has to go save the world with his son on his hip. That was the movie. And I'm reading this, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that would have been so cool. And now keep in mind, I already talked about Black Panther 2, the one that came out, obviously. And I really love the movie, but like just envisioning how Chadwick would have played this, and just like, you know, Chadwick being, oh my gosh, why him? Why him? But this seems like really cool. The blip like really messed with everybody's timeline. Like, Ryan said that they were gonna meet, or we were gonna meet the characters when the day that everybody got back from the blip, and then we were gonna skip 3 years ahead. And it's just like, it would have been really cool to see like the tension or the awkwardness. It's just like, yeah, Nakia, damn, you remarried, shit. You know what I mean? It would have been cool. It would have been cool to see that. Ryan also said some more things to the New York Times. He was asked this question: was Namor still the villain? And Coogler said, yeah, but it was a combination. Val, obviously the CIA director, was much more active. It was basically a 3-way conflict between Wakanda, the United States, and Talokan, but it was all mostly from the child's perspective. Also, this question, because a lot of people are talking about the illness and stuff, even though he doesn't really answer this question, some people were just like, oh, well, if Wakanda is so advanced and Shuri is so smart, like why wasn't Wakanda, why wasn't Shuri able to cure King T'Challa of whatever he was facing? And I'm just like, damn, y'all, I do understand what people are saying. I get it, but it's just like, come on. Given what these writers and given what the director had to work with and faced, it's just like, I'm gonna let them slide on this one. Like, it's okay. Damn, they delivered a good movie. I think the plot was strong enough for me not to go nitpicking everything. Does that make sense? But either way, this was what Coogler had to say about that. He said, well, the question is, T'Challa's death is attributed to an illness, but it seems sudden and inexplicable, which profoundly unsettles Shuri. Why did you make that choice? Ryan said, we wanted to keep it simple. At the end of the day, what mattered is that she had a self-expectation of being able to solve it, and she failed. And we didn't want her to have anywhere to displace her anger. If somebody else would have taken T'Challa out, Shuri would have looked for that person. We wanted it to be a situation where the only place to go was internal. And I really do like that thought process. I get it. Like I said before, I'm not really mad at Shuri or Wakanda or whatever. They were not able to heal T'Challa, no matter how advanced or whatever y'all talk about they are or how advanced they are, you know? Because like if you listen to Ryan's answer, I really like I said, what he says. And also the grief that the characters were going through, like it was just so parallel based off of like how T'Challa died versus how Chadwick Boseman died. Like it was just so parallel to obviously the people around him, his family, like his fans and all that stuff. So like I get it, I understand it. And then Ryan was asked this question, and I guess we could wrap it up here because it was a full interview. The links for all of that stuff is in my description, so if you want to read it, check it out in its entirety, you should. But the last question I'm gonna talk about is when Ryan was asked this. Ryan, what's your appetite to tell more stories in the world of Wakanda? Coogler said, I feel blessed that I have the opportunity to work on these movies, bro. When I got asked to do the first one, it was like a moving train. I thank God every day that I was able to jump on it and meet these people, these actors, and to meet Chadwick during some of the last years of his life. I'll do it as long as folks will have me, but I think it's bigger than just me or Joe. Between the first and second movie, we made $2 billion at the box office, which is what matters the most to corporations. So I hope that it continues, man. I hope people are still making movies about Wakanda long after we're gone. So yeah, I thought that was really cute. It's funny that Ryan was talking about as long as we'll have him, and it was like, Ryan, we will have you for as long as you want to remain in the MCU. What are you talking about? As long as Disney, as long as the Marvel is writing those checks for you and you feel like it's satisfactory, you can stay as long as you want, girl. Like what do you mean? It's just like every single time I think about like all the shit that happened with Black Panther, all the challenges that happened, the fact that, you know, the lead passed away, and the fact that these filmmakers came out and still delivered something that was moving, that was cool as hell to watch, fun to watch, emotional. It was just well done, you know, considering all the issues that they're facing. I'm just like, girl, you can stay. We will have you for as long as you'll have us, Ryan. What you mean? You did that. Like, y'all did that. Y'all put this together. But yeah, I really, once I saw this, I was like, I gotta tell y'all, because I was so curious to see, and I know that some news had kind of leaked out, or had been published about Ryan's original plans for the movie, but I don't think it was this explicit or this detailed before, you know? So I know many of you, like me, like I said before, were curious about this, and so there you have it. Nakia was supposed to be running around with some Haitian dude, I guess that's why she was saying Haiti this whole time, like, girl, what you doing, girl? What you doing, Nakia? No, but it's interesting how like the son in the first movie was going to be an integral part throughout the whole plot, and then like the movie that we got, he just kind of popped up in the end credits. Obviously they had to change stuff, no shade or anything, but I just love to see how much of the original still remained in what we got, you know? But yeah, that's it, y'all. Check out the links if you want to read more, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.